I wasn't sure what to expect when I put the question out there, what are your reasons for bowl lathering? And man, I got some passionate responses. So coming up in this video today, guys, we have another viewer's choice video, and that is reasons to bowl lather coming up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host John, aka Latherhog, and we have another viewer's choice video for you guys today. The previous viewer's choice video related to face lathering and reasons to face lather. Today we've got the other side of the coin and we're talking about bowl lathering. I put the question out there on the YouTube community tab as well as my Instagram page, so if you guys like this concept, you want to share your opinion, possibly have your opinion pop up in a video, keep an eye, again, on the YouTube community tab or my Instagram page at Latherhog. Also, if you enjoy videos like these and you're enjoying the videos on this channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Now, before I share some of the awesome responses you guys gave me, I did want to share with you a few of my shave bowls that I have in the collection. Now keep in mind, my primary mode of lathering is a face lather, but really the bowl is one of the only ways to do it if you're trying to use some samples, trying to test out a brand new soap or a scent. So I gotta have some of them around. So I have three to show you today, real quick. First up, this is probably my first shaving bowl, and this one's from Captain's Choice. This one comes in a variety of colors. This is the ceramic one. It's a decent size. The Captain's Choice logo even acts as a little pivot or a grippy thing for your thumb, so yeah, it looks pretty natural, right? And I mean, this is the most straightforward, kind of easily accessible. I think most vendors have this on their site. However, there's one thing I've heard really good things about, and that is the copper version of the Captain's Choice bowl. So I guess if I'm ever in the market for a new one, I might try that out. I think a combination of like weight, size, and all that stuff, the copper bowl is supposed to be really good. So this is an attractive option. It's got some variety of colors and it's pretty easy to find. So not a bad thing at all. This next one I want to show you guys is representative of the artisan bowls, and these are not mass produced. In fact, this one I had some say in what colors came in the actual design itself. This is from Lancaster Razor Works. Andre does some great stuff. You might know him from the shave towels, the black sheep towels, but he started off with these bowls, and you can see inside kind of this mostly red with a black splatter pattern, and outside has the inverse of that. There's even, it's kind of one of those rubber wristbands, but it also doubles as a grip, so you can hold it like this. And there also, hopefully you can see, there's some nubs in here to help aerate the lather. And this is just another option to do it. Going back to the Captain's Choice, you can see the raised grooves, the concentric circles. This one, Lancaster Razor Works, opted for nubs. It's a good size too. One thing about choosing the right bowl size is, I know a pet peeve of mine and a lot of people out there is the brush clanging against the side. It happens a little bit here, depending on the brush itself or how much I'm paying attention, but this is a little bit wider mouth compared to the Captain's Choice bowl. And again, with this, you get a more artsy piece, something you can show off to your fellow shave nerd friends. And there's an appeal that you have something one of a kind. The last bowl that makes it regularly into the mix is this one here, the Unbreakable Shave Bowl from PEREIRA SHAVERY. And here you can see it's got nubs and swirls, as well as a little groove here to rest your brush when you're not using it in between passes. This one is more like a mug, like a coffee mug kind of holds. Very, very comfortable, very also wide mouth. If not, I think it's about the same width as my Lancaster. I really like this one because it's light in weight. It's light in weight. The main gripe I have with this one is the grooves itself, which are helpful, but when you're mashing in the soap sample, it's really hard to clean out. Besides the lathering itself, to really get all the previous soap out if you're trying to use a new sample, it can be a bit of a pain. So a little bit of heads up in case you've been eyeing this option. All right, now that I've shared with you the shaving bowls in my collection, let's get to the meat of this video, the comments, the submissions from you, the viewers. So these first few submissions didn't quite fall into the categories that I've set up for the video, or they might have overlapped in a few, but these were too good to pass up, and I got my trusty laptop kind of over here to the side, and let's just get right into it. All right, so let's start off with this comment from Dennis Spearhead of Spearhead Shaving, also Seaforth. He says, "You wouldn't make a lather directly in your mouth. It's deserving of its own vessel. Give that lather some respect. If you do make lather directly in your mouth, please record." Fellow YouTuber Shave326 had this to say, "I bowl lathered a lot early on, and it helped me make a lot of sub 8-minute videos. Eventually, I stopped caring about the length of my videos and started face lathering for longer than most of my old videos incomplete, and started to enjoy myself much more. Especially with a really nice and often hand-tied badger knot, I also enjoy committing to finishing a soap and lathering it several days in a row until I get to know it better to maximize my experience. Most importantly, do what you enjoy and not what someone else tells you to do." All right, so moving on, the rest of the submissions really fall into a number of different categories that I've kind of grouped together and organized just so that it made more sense. And the overwhelming reason that bowl lathers choose to bowl lather is consistency. Master Gas shares, "Once again, I do a hybrid lather, but I also have a reason for starting in a bowl. First off, if you do multiple passes, your lather is consistently the same and doesn't get watered down by the third or fourth pass. Even when using smaller brushes that don't hold as much soap, I start in the bowl and work my soap up to thick, just slightly underhydrated soap and finish on the face where I add the remaining water needed to complete my lather to its peak condition." Following up on Master Gas' reply, Aylesworth Razor said, "More control over consistency, and I usually get more out of it. I also like the look and feel of my fancy Cayenne Workshop bowl and prefer to scoop so I can keep my soap tub nice and pristine." Finally, Anime Trap House says, "As a head shaver, bowl lathering is the way to go for me. As other folks mentioned, I feel way more in control of my lather." So this reason of better consistency, it does resonate with me, as you can really see as the lather changes, as you drop water in. I mean, some folks literally wet their hand and let the drops fall. Other people have, I've seen, use pipettes and actually literally measure out the water, a measuring spoon, you know, however exact and kind of crazy you want to get with it. The bowl does really allow you these measurements and weights and whatnot. People want to know how long does a tub of soap last, and you can do it by scooping and weighing the bowl. I mean, really, whatever geeky scientific shave experiments you want to do, the shave bowl really does allow you more control over that. So, some great reasons. Thank you guys for sharing those submissions. The next biggest reason folks stated as their reasons for bowl lathering is avoiding skin irritation. Now, what this speaks to is a phenomenon called brush burn. And these are usually for scrubbier brushes. I mean, they could be your boar brushes or cheaper badger. Even some of the older synthetics had a lot more scritch, or I mean straight up scratchiness. So it kind of makes sense that the longer the time that the brush is on your face, like in a face lather, it's gonna irritate those with sensitive skin. Jacob Spencer wrote in and said, "I find it easier on my skin. My hypothesis is that it is less drying since the soap is already hydrated and less irritation from the brush. I tend to do a hybrid lather where I hydrate to dry peaks in the bowl and then finish it off on my face. The best of both worlds, in my opinion." Brian Becker says, "To avoid irritation, seems like all that brushing over exfoliates my skin. Lately, I haven't even been touching the brush to my face. I extract the lather and keep working it around while mapping my face in an attempt to get the best shave with the least irritation." And lastly, the Wet Shaving Store shared, "Definitely more control when building the lather. Most importantly for me, however, is limiting the amount of scrubbing on my face. Because I'm extra careful and cautious about skincare, scrubbing too much and too often can have adverse effects on your skin. This is also why I prefer softer synthetic knots." Alright, so this next reason to bowl lather didn't really actually occur to me before making this video, and that is the appeal of warm lather. And just a note for those of you who might be new to wet shaving or unfamiliar with what a scuttle does. A scuttle is kind of a fancy shaving mug. It usually has an extra chamber so you can put warm water in, and it keeps the kind of shave bowl part that holds the lather warm throughout the duration of your shave. It's something I'm not super familiar with because I don't have a lot of counter space in my bathroom, which is kind of necessary given a heavy ceramic shave mug that has an extra chamber holding a whole bunch of water, but I've heard it's a wonderful thing. So Bowtie RN says, I like a warm lather. I keep my bowl on a warming plate. It provides a warm lather for the entire shave. It also allows me to shave some soap off the puck into a little water while I'm in the shower. The warmer heats it and melts the soap for faster lather when I'm ready. Franklin writes, I prefer bowl lathering only when it's chilly, so I use my scuttle. When it's warm, I face lather. This next reason to bowl lather will really resonate with those of you who buy your shave soaps from the different wet shaving forums or BSTs, the buy-sell trade groups. We're talking about preserving the resale value. So Soapthing writes, I bowl lather because I think tub lathering is unsanitary. No offense to those who disagree. It can cause the soap to lose its scent and grow bacteria. Plus, if you try to sell the soap, most people won't want it after you've tub lathered in it. So this is something I do want to just unpack a little bit, whether it's unsanitary to tub lather. I think it's more the factor of not knowing the person who you're buying a used soap from. And yes, folks, people do buy used soaps. Sometimes it gives them allergic reactions, sometimes the scent is not for them, and it's a way to try different soaps, more soaps, with a bit of a discount. So that is a thing that happens in case people didn't know. So I don't think that tub loading itself is unsanitary. Folks who are just more concerned about germs or are very particular in the way that they care for their products, it makes sense that buying a used soap from someone else is a huge unknown factor, a risk some might say. This doesn't necessarily apply to everyone, but I just want to say I understand the sentiment. Robert John Doherty writes, I started wet shaving in the fall of 2015 and have never lathered in a soap tub, just in case I want to move it on to someone else. I do feel like I have a bit better control over the hydration and consistency of the finished lather, in my honest opinion. And finally, the last reason to bowl lather that we're tackling today is more lather for head shaves. The enabled shaver shared, I face lather, however bowl lather for my dome shave. It leaves more lather for my second and third pass, so I don't have to go back to the puck. So that's just a very straightforward logistical reason to bowl lather. You just need that much more lather because you might be covering both your face shave and your head shave at the same time. And so that's pretty much it for today's viewer's choice video, reasons to bowl lather. If you didn't see your reason or you just want to chime in and add to the conversation, feel free to add your reason to bowl lather in the comments below. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for future viewer's choice videos, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I want to thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your busy day, for joining me for this very fun video. I hope to catch you next time. Take care. Today's video was made possible in part by our wonderful patrons. For more information about our Patreon, check out patreon.com/lathertalk. You can also check out our Etsy store and pick up a comfy Lather Talk t-shirt or coffee mug. Find all the links down below.